Good afternoon. This is the Elliott Wave daily update for the NASDAQ 100 being recorded on Tuesday, October the 14th at 2 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I'm here on the hourly chart, and I will start by saying it was an interesting close. The last 15 minutes where we saw them kind of come in and start to tear up on NVIDIA and also AMD. Kind of brought both of those down. The index kind of tumbled, the S&P kind of tumbled, and we dropped very quickly. We dropped very quickly there. At the moment that at the time, I think the NASDAQ might have been up like 10 or 15 bucks, ends up closing down 166, and actually right into the close, it was down about 215. So they kind of brought it back up, and because they kind of stepped back into NVIDIA, and now they kind of got it marked at 180, 116 after trading it and closing it at 180. So things are remaining interesting to say the least. So, but what's it done is that I've kind of, uh, if you listen to the S&P already, I have realized that we're trying to put this particular wave over in the S&P went up and made a new high above that B wave. It did not here. So in the S&P, I put that B down there at this high or up there at that high. But over here, I brought the B back over. I put it back in place. So it's A, B, 1, 2. So that's going to suggest that we're going to go down. But the way that they suddenly just step right back in and start buying things back kind of leaves it open again. So if indeed this is going to end up being um, A of B, B of B, and we're still working on that C of B, then this would turn back and be a small 1, 2. But this is looking very 5-ish in nature. This is as well. So it's a little bit difficult. I got to let the market kind of tell us and also tell me. So I put up all the fibs for the downside to put in that C wave. Regardless of really what happens, I want to say that it is an alternate of mine because I did speak to that today in a comment on the intraday alert that I put out. That could this be 1, 2? It could, and that would mean that this ABC is getting marked minute 4. I did present that um, probably over the weekend, and where we would actually Monday, because we had already gapped. That's what kind of brought it up. We had gapped. And so this, yes, it could be, but the forward go here. But you see how this just is not um, impulsive. So I'd have a really hard time kind of counting it up as 5 even. So I count very cleanly up as 3 and not 5. So it kind of, well, and to be honest with you, and that being the case, if this is going to be wave 1 and this is wave 2, because it's definitely a 3, for best I can tell. So even a wave 1 down kind of presents a very difficult picture. So again, what I can do, and I likely might just do it right now, is leave this as A, leave this as B, and this is 1, 2 coming up in a C wave. But what would that then suggest? So let me just walk through this because what I need to do is just work out what I think. If this is A and this is B and that's the C wave, then we're going to go like this, down to there, down to there. And yep, it could be, and it actually could come up to the 100% at 25,342. And because it doesn't break that high, or does it? 25,394. Yeah, it gets very close if it were to go full board to 100%. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to change it right now. I want to see, but I want to show you, damn it. I want to show you that what we've got going on is very difficult. Again, corrective move. So what I normally would look for, I'm not getting. And then when I think I have it, it flips and turns into something else. Yes, I probably could control. I probably could. Wow. I probably could talk if I really tried, huh? I probably could work five out of this, and I know I did before. And it would have to be like a very small 1, 2, and then a 3, 4, 3, 4, and a 5. Um, and that's the only way I would be able to do that. And if I take it down to the 15-minute chart, it might clear it up a little bit. Yeah, it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then we got this nasty looking 5. Nasty looking. I could run the 3 down to here, the 4 up to here, and this would be the 5. And then it zips right up and out of here. Um, and then this coming back up, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be an ABC up, but you can see it's just really, it gets very difficult. And just trying to piece it together like this. Or is this a 1, 2, 3, 4? And now, either we're going to go up or we're going to come down and it's going to complete a 5. And then what is that? Inside of 1, 2, 1 of 3, right? Now, if this turns into A of B, and this is going to be B of B, which is going to be very difficult for me, I have to kind of leave it as is. So I am going to leave it here because of the way it is marking itself out. I think this is definitely 3. I'm going to leave that B there. S&P, the B is over here. And this is wave 1, and this is wave 2, and we're working on 1 of 3 down. Now, what could change that? It doesn't do that and just starts going this way from the opening of Globex in about 50 minutes. So, and if that is the case, folks, if it continues to just pile higher, then I actually would have to go, this is A of B, B of B, and we're back in that C wave coming back up. And again, 1, 2, and then like I just showed you, it could come very close. It could come very close if we were to use that wave, um, A, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Because it would be A of B, B of B, and then you got 1 of C, 2 of C, and then we come up in a C wave. And if we had to do that, I can do it this way as well. Here we have it where if wave 3, I definitely don't want it to be even threaten to be the shortest wave, but I don't think it would, because don't forget, under the current count, I'd be looking for this C wave to come in below. So one more time, it just gets really kind of funky. So we have all those 3. We've got, is this wave 1? And it's actually going to form a diagonal. So wave 1 of minuet wave 5. Is this wave 2 of minuet wave 5? And this is 1 of 3, 2 of 3. Or if we're actually forming a diagonal, everything has to be 3s. So we got a lot going on in terms of just trying to put a mark on it to say this is what's going on. I'm kind of going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to see what the market wants to do on the Globex and then again overnight. I'm going to actually look at the pricing. I'm looking at what's going on over here. And you can see they've got, and these things can change so quickly, folks, as well. I mean, you can't see NVIDIA. NVIDIA is trading at 181, 17, 18. And I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. Important thing to do as a trader is that you trade what's in front of you. As a day trader, you trade what's in front of you. Even as an options trader looking just for some day trades, you trade what's in front of you. Now, again, economic data that's going to be coming out tomorrow. We have actually some that will actually be reported, and that's Empire State Manufacturing Survey comes out at 8:30 a.m. and then the Fed Beige Book comes out at 2 p.m. And in between the two, we have 3 Fed officials out speaking. And the other thing that I talked about within the S&P was just the placement and the how all of this came through. And hold on a second, geez, everything becoming a pain. There you go. I'm trying to open it up there. I got it open. So if I'm looking at again the Qs, and the Qs they went out today at 597. They, I believe, traded above 600, which again is the was coming in today, the large gamma 1 with the volatility trigger at 601. I just want to go over and see what we did today. We got up to 602, low of 590, and got up to 602. So what that suggests is that we broke above large gamma 1 and then we broke above the volatility trigger and then surrendered both into the close. And what we'd have on the downside is 590 being the put wall, and it's not even close to that. So it's trading at 597. It's almost 598. So again, crazy. And two things we have also, volatility today actually finished back above 20. We have a volatility expiration tomorrow morning. So, and it expires on the opening. Expires on the opening of the SPX. And so that had some play today. So normally after volatility expires, it just actually frees up a lot of gamma in the options. And so we can kind of get a spike, a little bit more of a spike, and they may have already started that today. I just started it as we kind of came in, or it just was really responding to what the NASDAQ did at the end of the day, pulling both the NASDAQ and the S&P down. So again, I take a deep breath. It is not presenting the easiest picture. And again, why? It's corrective. Why? Because we have a volatility expiration 2 days prior to an October monthly expiration, which is already kind of building itself up in terms of volume and nominal value. And I think it's over $1 billion now. And then plus everything within all of the underlying also have an October expiration. So there's just a lot of placement, a lot of posturing, a lot of mixing it up, and hopefully resolves itself. Now, the way that this market came down, I've also been just feeling that leading into volatility expiration and then the October expiration on Friday, that we would be selling, that there'd be a lot of the market would be moving lower, and that fits exactly what I'm looking for. So to be honest with you folks, it could all happen. It could all happen by Friday, that the market gets down, we finish this minute wave 4, and then we start to move up in a minute wave 5. I'm going to take it day by day, to be honest with you. So again, I'm leaving it as this, and that does project that this is wave 1 down, 2 up. I'm working a 3 down, and see that the nature of this thing, it looks 1, 2, 3, 4, and we start to come down. And if it is coming down in the third, it needs to prove it by just starting to pick up the speed and then continuing to decline without looking back. That's what I would say. But we're opening in Globex. I don't know what we'll see. I think we'll probably see them come in and buy it. That's what I think. All right, I am going to end it here. Otherwise, I would just be talking about the same old stuff. Difficult count. Let's see what it comes. You've got both. This I moved back, so the preferred is 1-2. I cannot discount or say it is anything different. In other words, I can still say that this is A and this is B of that B wave. And then we're coming up in wave C. And what we might have had is wave one of C, two of C, and we get a three, a four, and a five. And as I showed you, we could C could be equal to A and come up right up way up here, 25,000, three something. And then this high is 25,388. So we need to be careful because I'm out looking for this ABC to get up above that, but it could because this is the A wave, and I'm labeling it as an ABC, so that opens the door for an irregular. I'm telling you, a lot of crazy stuff can happen, and still shove this market all the way back down. All right. Unfortunately, that's about it for today. The next update will be tomorrow morning.